What is the movie that's opening up this weekend? There's one that Tanya and I wanted to see, and
Is Noah starting this weekend, or is that next week?
Is it Noah? No, it's not Noah.
But I think that does start either today or next Wednesday.
Did you see the review on this?
Oh, yeah. It's interesting.
Oh, my gosh.
That review is, I mean, I was turning around on it. Because I was like, I don't want this stupid, why are they changing this story? And then I saw the preview again, and the other day I said to Pat, I was like, wow, I mean, it does look amazing.
Great.
It looks great. Maybe I'll just go see it and ignore that stuff. After reading the review, I don't think I can get over it.
Do you have the review? I don't have it. I don't have it pulled up.
Yeah, I know it's posted on Grudge.
The highlights were rabid environmentalism and no mention of God.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
no mention of God.
Of God in the Noah story?
Well, fill in this sentence, this well-known phrase. You guys ready?
Yeah.
In the beginning, there was...
Hollywood?
Soup, okay.
Soup.
Hollywood.
Sort of a soupy sort of mix.
Some would say light.
Yeah.
Okay, right? That's how I remember it. In the movie, they actually say, in the beginning, there was nothing. Now, why...
Yeah.
Why would you screw with such a base level thing? I mean, they go through it, and they just seem like they intentionally... went to
listen.
Tweak,
here
put a
religious
finger
people.
in the eye.
Darren Aronofsky wrestles with one of Scripture's most primal stories to the ground and extracts something vital and audacious, while also pushing some aggressive environmentalism in Noah. I'm out.
Yeah.
Just from that.
Whereas for a century, most Hollywood filmmakers have tread carefully and respectfully when tackling biblical topics in big-budget epics aimed at a mass audience, Aronofsky has been digging deep to develop a bold interpretation of a tale in the original, offers a lot of room for speculation and invention.
Now, look, that part of it, you almost say, okay, I can understand that. There's not every line of dialogue of the entire Noah's life through the story. They have to create some of it. You'd understand that.
Correct. The narrative of a global flood that wiped out almost all earthly life is the original disaster story. One that's embraced by most of the major world's religions, which means that conservatives and literal-minded elements of all faith who make it their business to be offended by the untraditional renditions of holy texts will find plenty to fulminate about here. Already banned in some Middle Eastern countries, Noah will rile some for the complete omission of the name of God in the dialogue.
Wow.
Others for its numerous dramatic fabrications, and still more for its heavy-handed ecological doomsday messages, which unmistakably mark it as a product of its time. But whether you buy these elements or not, it is still an arresting piece of filmmaking that has shot at capturing a large international audience, both for its fantasy-style spectacle and its fresh look at an elemental Bible story, most often presented as a kiddie yarn.
The entire review is actually worth reading. We could spend the whole rest of the half hour. It's so bad.
This Noah, who receives his instructions about what to do from disturbing quasi-hallucinatory visions, is presented as the last man on Earth. So what's the problem with that, Pat?
Nothing. That he had hallucinations, and there was no God telling him, "Hey Noah, I'd like you to build me an ark." Okay.
There was a creator. There was not they call him the creator.
Oh, there is a creator.
They do say the creator, but they never call him actually God. Because it's probably just Bill. Bill, the guy who built the earth. He's a contractor.
No, it's Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder.
Oh, that's the story?
Yeah,
Bob the Builder.
That's where it came from.
My mistake.
He built the earth.
Oh, well, there is also this. By far the most startling apparition of this context are the Watchers. They're the so-called Nephilim, or fallen angels, only glancingly mentioned in the Bible. Here they take the form of giant, ferocious rock people.
Okay, good.
Remember the rock people thing in the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, who only come to Noah's aid by doing the heavy lifting and building the ark.
Yeah, remember that.
And then
I
they
remember
stop
the rock people doing a lot of that. I mean, he was one guy. A lot of people didn't want to help him. He didn't have a bunch of illegals around to help him build this thing.
And there was a bunch of Americans who wouldn't do that work.
That's exactly.
So he had to get the rock people.
Thank you. Somebody had to help him. Of course it's going to be the rock people.
It strikes me that after this movie comes out, someone will make an edit of it that will be unbelievably good. Like someone will take out all the annoying parts and make this into an 80, or 60-minute movie.
I won't give him my money.
Yeah, no, I mean, I gotta say, it's too much. Like, I can understand, look, you're not gonna please everybody when you're talking about a story like this. Religious people disagree on stuff all the time, and they're all reading the same book, I mean, I understand that. But they're intentionally changing things to tweak religious people with this.
No, they're doing, and even in the reviews, they're insulting religious people.
And then they found religious people who said, what are we going to complain about this after we waited decades for them to do this? And now we're going to complain about. Well, yes, because this isn't what we asked for. Yeah. This is not what we asked for.
Oliver Stone made JFK for a reason. He made that movie for a reason, to pump into the system the disinformation of the CIA. Now people look at that and say, that's got to be the real story. That's the real story, right? No, it's not the real story. That's not even anywhere close to the real story, but people view that movie as fact. This movie, if it becomes successful, if we take our churches and we all go and everything else, our children will look at that as being the Noah story. And no matter what you say, well, I'm going to talk to my children. I'm going to tell them that that's not really accurate in the Bible. They will believe this version over the version that mommy and daddy are telling them, or that old dusty Bible is telling them, because this one will come alive in their imagination. It is dangerous disinformation, but I haven't seen it, nor will I, because I think it's a slap in the face. And if it fails, here's the next thing that will happen. Hollywood will say, well, see, you just can't make biblical films, because there's no appetite for them.
We've been telling you this.
You just don't make it biblical films. No. No, you make them to reflect the truth.
That's exactly what the Republican Party does to us when they run Mitt Romney. See, we told you an extreme right-wing guy can't win.
Wait.
We didn't get our extreme right-wing guy.
Yeah, we never
didn't
tried.
get that. So
it's a progressive move.
Neither of you guys, I assume, saw Black Swan.
No.
Okay.
No, I really wanted to, but I didn't.
I mean, look, it's an incredible piece of filmmaking to some degree, but it's not the guy you choose to make the Noah story. I mean, like, it was
right.
the darkest movie, and not to mention also explicit in many, many, many ways. And it's just, this is not a guy who's sitting there like, religious sensibilities? Let's go with a Black Swan guy. Like, they intentionally picked a guy that you would never pick to make this movie. And while it looks amazing, and I'm sure there are great parts of it, you're right. I think it's a step in the wrong direction. This is not what we asked for. It's like, well, the George Burns made a movie about God too. That doesn't mean that that's what we were looking for.
Yeah, but you know what? The George Burns, I'll sit down with my kid because it's not hostile to God.
Yeah.
It's not not teaching the planet over men.
Yeah.
Right, but it's like Bruce Almighty was also that doesn't mean that that's a bad movie. It's just not what we're talking about when we want biblical movies.
And quite honestly, even if, the God movie with George Burns and Steve Carell, those movies are different. This one is being packaged as it will look and feel like it must have felt and looked. And no thank you. No thank you. I'm not putting that into my mind, or more importantly, I'm not putting it into my kids' minds.
I mean, you look at a movie like Son of God, which wasn't that number one its opening weekend? Mm-hmm. Didn't that come out to about 20 or 30 million? I don't know what the box office is.
Big money on it. Big money.
Huge money. It's wildly
and you have
successful.
To remember, that is a edited version of the TV movie.
Right. Right.
So it's already made, $100 million as a TV movie. Then they edited it, and it made another $50 million.
$52 million, yeah.
That's just so far.
2 weeks or 3 weeks?
Yeah,
how long has it been out? Yeah,
3 weeks.
One weekend alone, it made $26.5 million. I think it's opening weekend. So
I quite honestly, I hope that Noah is a massive failure.
Yeah.
I hope it is a massive, massive failure. The only thing they have you on is eye candy. Are you going to go because you want to see what it looked like?
It does look amazing.
It does.
Overall reviews 71% positive, according to Rotten Tomatoes. So
what about audiences? Are the audiences?
Well, I guess there wouldn't really be audience reviews.
Yeah,
yet,
probably.
Really. I mean, it does say 97%, but I don't know that means.
Oh,
97% want to see it, but it doesn't. What does that mean? It's not out yet, so they can't review it.
Right.
What is the movie that opens this weekend?